these 3 years have felt like a lifetime with you. It's only been 3 years.
I know.
And it feels like we've been together. Like, I don't know why. I feel like I have more memories of being with you than without.
Right?
You know? Like, I don't know why.
Like, our 3 years together just feels like you said, a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I don't know if it's COVID messing up our whole memory system, but just 24 years of my life, and then, like, the 3 years that you were in it, like, the rest of those years, I just feel like I don't remember any of it, and it's just like a blur, fever dream maybe. But with you, it just feels like the longest I've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And it just keeps on getting better. What is the story of us?
The story of us? I mean, whew. I feel like I'm going to be like cliche saying this, but I feel like it is a story of challenges. Because like after, we met at the concert, we talked for a while, but also, I'm from Jersey, you're from Queens. Like you said earlier, it's a 45-minute drive at the best of times. Our relationship is a lot of, or our story of challenges that we've kind of overcome, each one that we've gotten to, no matter how long it's taken. What do you think is the underlying value that connects us?
Okay. Connects us. That we just want to feel needed.
Yeah.
We grew up feeling alone most of the time, that people were doing things and then we were just stuck in this like hole of being like alone all the time. And then now that we have each other, we're always wanting to be together all the time because our whole lives we were alone. So now we're just like, I need Christopher, you need Cindy. What do you think?
I think, it's definitely like we've found each other, we've grown together, and now we kind of can't imagine doing like things without each other.
Yeah.
Or without each other, like being in each other's presence. Which, does really, it works to our disadvantage when we're in an argument.
Yeah.
But like, we get through it.
What do you like? What do you mean? Like, what disadvantage?
Like, I will tend to kind of like try to like push you to tell me, to talk to me, to come to me when maybe that's not what you need at that moment, because of how we both want to feel needed, and
you want to like fix it.
Yeah.
And you want me to like come to you for comfort, whereas like, again, like growing up feeling so alone, I've just like kind of built this wall. And then at the same time, when you're feeling upset and you don't want to like talk to me about something because you just think it's not important, I want you to need me because I want to be there for you. And I know I just sometimes like don't do such a good job at it. What are you hesitant to ask me and why?
Hesitant to ask you. I've never asked you this, but if at any point you ever thought of leaving me, is something that I would never ask, because there's the possibility that yes, there is a moment in time that you did think that, whether it's, a week ago or 3 years ago. Just the simple fact that there is that possible negative answer, I don't want to ask that question, even if, there's the potential answer of you saying like, no, never, absolutely not. It's just that like fear. But that would probably be like the main one, like the major one. It's like, if you ever like had doubts about us, if you ever thought about leaving, like that realm of questions is things that I just would never, or I feel really hesitant about asking, even if it is for like casual conversation,
Let me answer that right now. No. I never thought about ever leaving you because The minute that like we get into an argument and my initial reaction is to like run, which is, you know this. There's never been a moment where I've sat down and pictured my life without you, like truly. And I can't see it. Like, you're in every part of my life when I think about when I graduate, when we get married, kids, future house, everything. I cannot see anybody else. Can't see myself alone. You're just in every single one. Okay? So just know that.
Whew. Got a little choked up there for a second. Whew. What is the pain in me you wish you could heal, and why?
Thinking you're not enough. Whether it's in a relationship or at home, I've definitely noticed it affects you when you feel like people don't need you. And the few times you did talk to me about your feelings, it's always that you feel like you're not doing enough, which is when you start trying and trying. And you do that a lot in a relationship because you always feel like you're not enough, and you are exactly how you are. You don't even have to try. You're literally as perfect as it is. And I notice when you're trying. I'm pretty sure I've told you about it. I'm like, babe, like you're trying really hard right now. Like I promise, it's okay. And you do that a lot with your family. Like when your sister wasn't talking to you, I could feel the pain in your voice when you would tell me like, oh, my sister's not talking to me right now. And I was like, maybe she's just, a little upset about something. It's okay. But it was bugging you the entire time. And immediately I thought, he's going to overthink. He's going to think that he's not enough. This is just going to make him feel really, really, really sad. What can I do? Because at the end of the day, you want the person that you're thinking this about to tell you how they feel. So that's why I told you need to talk to your sister, because she's the only person on the planet who's going to be able to fix how you're feeling right now. Vice versa, when it comes with me, I'm the only person who can tell you how you're feeling. And not how you're feeling, that you are enough.
Yeah.
Did I get it spot on? Did I get
Yeah.
When have you seen me the most vulnerable, and what did it teach you about loving me?
Ooh. There have been a couple of times where something really negative has come into your life, or something really bad has happened, where it's from like an outside perspective, it's shown me like what you need in these moments. Anytime something has happened with family, I know that like what it's taught me is to be patient, because you need space. You need that space to get through whatever it is that's making you feel that way, whether it's, whatever's going on with family in that time. But that's essentially what it's taught me, because I know that, like, you being with yourself, you being alone with those thoughts, eventually you'll come out on the other end better. And I shouldn't rush to try and get you to that point. What is the biggest challenge in our relationship right now, and what do you think it's teaching us?
It's definitely the fact that we're moving in together soon. And you have a tendency whenever I'm upset to you want to fix it right away. And I'm afraid that when we move in together, I'm not going to have that like space to feel all my feelings, as I do at home right now, like in my room. And we've definitely been having arguments about that specific issue of just me not having that space to have my mental breakdown.
Yeah, I know that's definitely something that, like you said, we've had arguments on, that we've talked about before. Um, when we do move in, when we finally get to moving together, like that is something that is of like top priority, because I don't ever want you to feel like we are in our own apartment and that this isn't your space. And I think that scares me, and I don't like whatever it
What
is,
scares you?
like making you feel that
Oh.
way, like that our apartment, when we move into it, that's supposed to be our space, something that you feel, you know, I don't ever want you to feel like you're trapped somewhere. I want you to feel like this is your home. You are safe here. What is one experience you can't wait for us to share, and why?
I'm just really, really excited to move in with you and just start this new chapter in our life. And you know what they say, you gotta live with the person before you marry them.
Mm-hmm.
And finally not be in a space, especially being at home, I'm full of negativity and the trauma that I've lived with for 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so different to just leave that all behind and not think about it and just be with you because you're my home, literally my person.
Mm-hmm.
That anytime I'm with you, anything I'm feeling, any anxiety, when I'm going through like my depressive state, it just goes away, just immediately disappears whenever I'm with you, and also out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So my first thought is just, I cannot wait to move in with Christopher.
Mm-hmm. If this was our last conversation, what would you never want me to forget?
If this was our last conversation.
Mm-hmm.
As corny as this may sound, I would never, our challenges and our story, I never want you to forget our whole story, from the beginning to whenever it ends. From us meeting in a line of a concert to just suddenly madly falling in love with each other unexpectedly. The story of I just never thought that I was capable of loving someone this hard ever, to the point where like when I'm not with you, there's like a piece of me missing. Like I just feel alone, even though I can be in a crowded room, but I'm alone. Mm-hmm. And every time we are together, it just feels like if we're in a crowded room, you and me are the only people in it. Mm-hmm. It's just you and me. Mm-hmm. And I never want you to forget the feeling of how we are when we're together, that I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like constant butterflies. Mm-hmm. Why do you love me?
Why do I love you?
I think we've had a lot of conversations about this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. And I think we've already touched on it a lot just throughout this conversation. I think it's just that feeling of like home with each other in our relationship. Like it feels like when we're together, everything else, not that it doesn't matter, because that's kind of mean, but like it's
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like we're in our own little bubble together, and that feeling, like I don't get that anywhere else. Like when I'm away from you, I want to get back to that feeling. That feeling of being safe, of being comfortable, of just us. And yeah.
Do you want to have more intimate conversations with your partner, but they're reluctant to join you? Do you sense that there's a more fulfilling connection that you can build, but you don't quite know how to do it? I'm proud to share with you 12 Questions for Love. It's a toolkit, it's a roadmap so that you can deepen the relationships in your life. In this book, you'll learn how to create the physical and emotional space so that you can have a transformative conversation. 12 Questions for Love, a guide to intimate conversations and deeper relationships.